Assalamu alaikum. Today on Nuran Academy, we discuss the path to a new era of Islamic innovation. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah.
All right, let's dive right in. When we talk about a golden age, it's easy to get lost in nostalgia, right? But that's not where we're starting today. We're starting with a question, a really important one that connects our incredible history to our very complex technological present. Think about it. There was a time the world looked to the Muslim civilization for breakthroughs in, well, everything: medicine, math, astronomy. And that same spirit is now facing a new challenge. It's the question we're all asking. Can Muslims lead the world again, but this time in technology?
So, to even begin to answer that question, we have to look back. We need to understand what the foundation of that first golden age really was. And here's the key. It wasn't built on a quest for power or dominance just for the sake of it. No, the source of that leadership, it was something much, much deeper.
And it really boils down to a powerful cause and effect. See, leadership wasn't the primary goal back then. It was the natural outcome, the fruit of a society that was built on a few core ideas. It was a civilization that valued knowledge, not just for its own sake, but as something sacred. They invested massively in learning. And maybe most importantly, they made sure to link every single scientific discovery with a really strong ethical compass. So that's the big takeaway, right? Leadership was a result, not the main objective. And that very same principle brings us right here to our present day. We're facing a challenge that looks really different on the surface, but at its core, it's fundamentally the same. We are standing at a modern crossroads.
The tools we have today, they're completely different. We're talking AI, biotechnology, robotics. The power is immense. But the core question hasn't changed one bit. Who is going to guide all this power? And this really lays out the two dangerous paths we could go down. On one hand, if we master all this new tech but leave our values behind, what happens? We just become imitators. We end up following trends that other people set. But on the other hand, if we cling to our values, but we don't bother to master the skills, we risk becoming completely irrelevant. We lose our ability to actually shape the world we live in.
So you see the dilemma. We absolutely need both. We need the skills and we need the principles. And that brings us to what might be the most important shift we have to make. It's a fundamental change in our collective mindset. We have to move away from being passive observers and really adopt what you could call a builder's mindset. Because let's be real, a new era of genuine contribution isn't going to be born from the habits that hold so many of us back. A new golden age will absolutely not be built on a foundation of complaints about our situation. It won't be built on endlessly comparing ourselves to our own past or to others. And it definitely won't be built by just copying what everyone else is doing. These are total dead ends. Instead, what we need is a proactive, principled approach. It's got to be focused on real, foundational actions. A new golden age will be built by a return to serious, deep education, the kind that goes way beyond just the superficial. It's going to require ethical innovation, where our values are the ones guiding the technology, not the other way around. And it totally depends on having a long-term vision, thinking in terms of generations, not just next quarter's profits.
And why is this so important? Well, because our faith, it doesn't call for worldly dominance as the end goal. This is a crucial point. Islam doesn't promise us power and control over others. It demands something much harder, and honestly, much more noble. It demands excellence paired with responsibility. It demands ihsan in everything that we do. Okay, so if we adopt this builder's mindset, what kind of future could we actually create? What does that world even look like? Because this isn't just about playing catch-up anymore. This is about leading in a whole new direction. It's about forging a real, tangible vision for tomorrow.
Just take a moment and imagine a world where our contributions aren't just about being technologically advanced, but are known for being deeply ethical and genuinely beneficial for all of humanity. Imagine a world where Muslim-led companies are the gold standard for prioritizing justice, where Muslim scientists are leading the charge on creating responsible, ethical AI, and where our educators are the ones shaping the next generation of innovators who have not just the skills, but a solid moral compass to guide them.
You see, the whole goal here is a massive shift in focus. It's about moving away from seeking applause or chasing recognition and turning towards creating genuine, positive, and lasting impact in the world. That is the real essence of being a builder.
And look, this vision, it isn't some fantasy. It's a real possibility, but it has to begin with a clear, actionable path. This journey isn't just some abstract idea. It literally starts right now with a serious commitment to uniting our faith with the pursuit of excellence in everything we do. So, what does that path actually look like? Well, first, it's about mastering the skills of the future. We're talking AI, data, engineering, but it's not enough to just learn about them. We have to understand how to build them ethically, how to use these incredibly powerful tools for justice and benefit, not just for profit. Second, we have to consciously put ethics right back at the heart of innovation. Third, we have to start thinking in generations, not just in quarters. And finally, number 4, we have to unite our faith with a relentless pursuit of excellence. Because if you have one without the other, it's just not going to work. But when you strip it all down, this entire worldly effort, it's anchored in a very profound spiritual principle. The core of this whole discussion is found right in the Quran. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Think about what that verse is telling us. It's saying that the greatest transformations, even the rise and fall of entire civilizations, they don't start with governments or big institutions. They start from within. They start inside of us. A golden age isn't some external event that just happens to us. It's something that is born inside the minds and hearts of individuals who make a conscious decision to change. And that right there leaves every single one of us with a direct, personal challenge. This isn't a question for them anymore, or for the ummah as some abstract concept. No, this question, it's for you and it's for me. Will I just sit back and wait for a golden age to happen? Or will I be one of the people who helps to build it?
History always remembers the ones who prepared for the future. The next golden age, it isn't just going to arrive. It's not going to be delivered to our doorstep. It has to be earned. Earned through hard work, through deep learning, through responsible building, and through humble leadership. The question is, will you be among those who earn?
Presented and created by Neuron Studio.